Hello there folks, Skoggle140 back here again for another video, and I'm just going to go ahead and start off right now by saying I think now is a good time for me to really start my openings with something a bit different from now on, because I've had to change the saying of the opening of my videos from different occasions, because when I first started out I came up with the first one I could use, which was Live Long and Prosper and all that stuff, and the whole Stay Gold thing, and then now the Hi Folks, Skoggle140, blah, 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 blah. And, you know, it kind of, it does get a little bit boring by saying the same opening every 20,000 something times. So I think I might start off by saying something a little bit different from now on. Anybody who knows me well enough, and anyone who's subscribed to me and knows me well and long enough will know that my real name is, in fact, Semi. So I might start the videos off from now on by saying my real name is something a little bit more better in regards to an opening, because having said the same thing quite a lot now, it's kind of outlived its use. So there you go. Yeah, so I might start off my videos from now on by saying that. And plus, the username Skoggle140, it's just a name that I've gone by so long now, and I think now will probably be a good time to start using my real name a bit. And that's really the only bit of information about me that I'll get out there on a public video site like this. So there you go. Anyway, yes, back to another video. And this video pretty much is a sort of follow-up from the discussion video I did a while ago regarding the whole reviews/reviewers dying out thing, which I'm pleased to see a lot of comments and some response videos regarding that. People from people who have got some very good opinions regarding the video that I did. People like John Nolsey, Robert 4935, and of course, this guy, I'm glad he did a response video, because his opinion I think matches more than anyone. Dorian Vigadeath. Yeah, each of you have put out some very good responses, and each of them were very entertaining to watch. I like hearing people's opinions regarding these sorts of things, because discussion videos are fun to do, and on their own, on a whole, from where they stand as regarding the whole reviewing thing, it's interesting to see what opinions they came up with. So thanks for doing that. And yeah, following up from that now, because now I think it's really just a good time to really look at this one last time, I think. Regarding the whole reviews and reviewers thing, there really is a sort of generational shift now. I think this year, particularly in the whole generation of reviewers now, I think there really is something of a shift now, because we have two generations. We have the older generation, people like me, people like Matt and Kyle Prime and Dionysus and many different people, and the new people, which I'll get onto in a minute. So there's a sort of Generation 2/Generation 1 sort of generational shift. And, you know, in regards to the whole responses that the three people I just mentioned put out, it's interesting to see what they had to say regarding this, or to hear what they had to say regarding this. In that, I think Robert said it more interestingly than anyone, in that the people who have been on here the longest really, I wouldn't say are bored with doing reviews, because we all do this as a hobby. I mean, to be bored of it means that you'd stop doing it altogether. But I think it's just fun it's interesting to see the amount of change that has come about of late regarding this whole thing, the generations that fall in between that, and in regards to the people who have been on here the longest in their whole way of doing video making, they have either seemed to have stopped or just slowed down, because everyone is putting out various different things, that it's difficult to really have a different opinion from anyone else's, and your opinion is almost identical to theirs. And that's kind of really where I think everyone sits at this point, almost. I sit at it from a much more different angle, because I haven't got round to reviewing any of the things that I bought from Auto Assembly this year, so, and I will still make videos, but I'll get onto this in a minute. I'll still make videos, but reviews kind of a little less, because there's almost very little original content now regarding the things that anyone reviews now. So your opinion, I think, is a bit difficult to really shine when someone else's opinion is almost very similar to yours. But I think now there really has been a sort of a torch passing rite of passage, if you can really call it that, with people who have been on here the longest and do videos the longest. Because with conventions like Auto Assembly this year, that convention really has, in so many ways, really brought in a new generation, if you can really call it that, of people who are now getting started on this whole reviewing thing. People like Stu, Mighty Grimlock, even though he's been on quite a while, Jim, Monkeys MTV, who does some really good content, and JJ Prime, I think his real name's Jermaine, I believe. He is quite new, so go look for him on YouTube. So yeah, this year's convention has really managed to thankfully bring in newer people into this whole fandom who are now getting exposed to the whole idea of reviewing. And you know, I think there is some way of looking at this, because I don't see reviewing as and this is kind of counteracting my opinion in what I said in the video that I did previously, but I think from hearing everyone else's opinion, it's almost very similar. The reviews aren't so much dying, they are evolving into something different, because opinions in regarding whatever it is, doesn't necessarily have to be toys, it doesn't even have to be involved in Transformers, it could be of anything. It's so difficult to have an opinion on something when it could be very similar to someone else's. So trying to think up of an original opinion or an original way of doing something on a video sharing site like this is almost very, very difficult. So I think with the new people, I see quite a lot more new content from them. If they are putting out more interesting and more original opinions than what any of us have done, I think I can see a lot. I can see a lot of that from a lot of different people. But on the plus side, yeah, it's interesting to see that, because now there are two generations, the old and the new, on here. And just seeing how that has changed a great deal in regards to the whole reviewing thing, because the people who have been on here for ages now are either stopping making videos or doing something completely different from what they do. And you know what? That's honestly fine. I mean, to stop making videos is, yeah, it'll be a kind of shame, because I think that the majority of the people who are involved in this whole fandom really do this whole video making thing as a sort of a hobby, but trying to find the time to really do it is a whole different thing altogether. And just trying to come up with something good, some good content, is very difficult as well, because like I said, you want to make sure that your opinion isn't very similar to what anyone else has done. So yeah, that's kind of me following up on that a little bit. I think it's fascinating, and I think it's really, really good to see new people come in and have almost a very different opinion from what anyone else has done, and the new blood, as I think it's being called now, or Generation 2, or new schoolers, or newbies, or whatever you want to call them, really just seems to be good in pretty much just seeing how this whole reviewing thing has caught on with a lot of people, because it's fun to imagine that the people who've been on here the longest have sort of acted as a sort of inspiration to the new people who are now on here. So I think that's fascinating. That's wonderful to see that. So that's kind of really following up on that a little bit. Now, I think now is the time to really think a little bit about my own channel a little bit, because with everything that is changing on here, I think it's now a good time for everyone, including myself, to change along with it. So now we're on to the second part of this video, which is a sort of channel update / changes are being made sort of thing. Now, I have said at least a couple of times that I would promise on doing various different videos that I would never get around to doing. And the problem with that is you have various different things to promise and juggle around and say which video would you try and get out, which video would you try and get out, which video would you try and get out. And it's difficult to really keep up with that. So I think I might put that off in favor of doing one promise rather than just doing a load of different ones. Because when you juggle around various different things you say you're going to do, but you don't do them, it can kind of become a hassle. So really just doing one thing at a time really just help. And in the whole reviewing thing, now I'm going to start by saying that I will not stop reviewing. I like reviewing a lot. I think reviewing is a fun thing to do. But in the grand scheme of things, with the whole change that's come along this year, and the whole videos, that new people putting out in regards to all that, I'm not going to stop making videos, but more or less slow down on the reviewing, because reviewing almost the same thing that somebody else has reviewed really can struggle to find something new to say about that product in regards to all of that. Well, pretty much all of this. So yeah, pretty much all of that. I think pretty much I must have reviewed almost everything in those two cabinets. A couple of things I still have yet to get around to doing. So I won't rush up on that, but from this point I might slow down on probably just doing 2 reviews rather than doing a whole variety of them, because I'm gonna start doing different videos that aren't focusing on just doing reviews of different things. I did a top 10 of my favorite films, and I'm probably gonna do a top whatever of various different things, because top anything really is just fun to see someone else articulating their thoughts and whole opinions on something that is passionate to them. That's the key word. It's the passion. It's the real passion that I think gets people interested in what they do on here. So yeah, reviewing for me has not stopped by any means, but I think it's just gonna kind of slow down and just take a bit of a backseat for a while until something good can come along. With that being said, I'm still going to be active here on YouTube, but I think updating my channel really it really is a more important thing now. And at some point, if I can get around to it, because at the moment, because a lot of things are happening in my life that I really don't want to get out there on a public video site like this. It's kind of becoming a little bit hard to find time to do videos at the moment for me now. So if I put at least one video out within a week, then that's kind of it for me, I think. And to be fair, everyone has lives outside, behind the camera. Everyone has lives on this side of the camera, so it's but pretty much you can understand why it's almost very difficult for anyone with an amount of busy time to make a video on anything that they want to do. So it's not because they don't want to make a video, it's because they haven't got much time to do it. But anyway, yeah, that's kind of really what I wanted to get out there, because with now things are changing so much in the whole reviewing thing. People have said that reviews really they are evolving, and there will always be people who review. It's not going to stop, because it's always going to be, if it's one person, then a million people will review something. It doesn't necessarily have to be toys, but it could be whatever it is. And discussion videos, really, I'll probably do more of those, I think, because they are really fun to do. And it's kind of sad as well that people like Ray, you all know who he is, Ray LMS. When he commented on my video saying that he likes to watch discussion videos rather than take part in them. It's kind of a shame, but you know what, it's fine. I mean, you are in control of your channel, and you can make the videos that you want to make them. So that really, I think, is what it all boils down to. So if you're happy with the videos that you want to do, and you want to get your opinion out there on something, then this is the best place to do it. And with discussion videos, it really manages to help, as a fandom and as a community, to really discuss on things that we all like. And it's fun on so many ways to hear people's different opinions, whether they be positive or negative. And why am I saying this with a lot of passion in my voice? Because that's the whole key word. Passion is what makes this whole fandom and a community what it is. And I say that the whole community thing very loosely, because I still don't believe there isn't. I still believe there isn't a community, but people go ahead and say there is. So yeah, changes are going to be made. I'm still making videos. I haven't stopped making reviews, but I will kind of slow down on them a great deal from now on. YouTube is changing, the world is changing, so I think it's now a good time to change along with it and do something different with how I'm putting out my videos on here. So anyway, yes, that's pretty much it for me for a little while. I will do another video. I'm not going to say what it is, because that gives away the whole surprise a great deal. But nonetheless, thanks to everybody who commented on the discussion video I did. Thank you to the people who responded to the discussion video I did. And any discussion videos that I do in the future, I will look forward to hearing your responses. So until then, everybody, take care, have a good day, see you all soon, bye-bye.